Sandra, welcome to another episode of Asexualized. My Asexual Life is a place to be for education about asexuality, also asexual, and I share my own asexual life journey in order to help you in yours. If you haven't already subscribed to this channel, please hit the great big subscribe button down below. Please hit that bell icon to get notified of every time I go live like now or post a new video, and don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you like it as we go along. Hello Michael, lovely to see you. Nice. I have posted a video already today, which wasn't a live one, which was a new asexuality documentary, which is my own personal story. You might see some snippets in there are from a previous documentary, and then there's new content as well, and some clips from other parts of my YouTube show. So don't forget to check that out. It's the last video you will have seen in your feed before this one, which is Asexual documentary, Told I Must Have Sex But I'm Asexual. That's the title of the documentary. So go and check that out after this video because it's not very long, and yeah, it tells my own personal story in the beginning of how it felt when the counsellor said, you know, I must have sex in order to keep a good guy. So go and watch that after you've seen this live stream. So today I want to talk to you about voice attraction, because this is something that most people have probably never heard of before. Now, as a hyper-romantic asexual, I have lots of different attractions for people, and I have multiple different attractions. I've already watched the video you posted. Oh, that's great, Michael. Thank you so much. I'm really pleased because it's already got quite a few thumbs up, so I'm really happy about that. Thank you so much. I really appreciate that. So, on today's video, I want to talk to you about voice attraction. So you may or may not know that I have multiple attractions, so I can separate all my different types of attractions for people. So I have aesthetic attraction, creative attraction, spiritual attraction, romantic attraction, emotional attraction. Have I said intelligence attraction? I have about 7 different attractions. Clothes attraction, but one I don't really mention, which is like an extra one to that, is voice attraction. It's not a deal breaker for me, but I do have voice attraction, and the reason I thought about this is because I'm having a local asexual meetup in my city of Exeter in the UK tomorrow. This particular one is just for locals, although anyone can join in, but when I say local, it covers a wide variety of places like Devon, Cornwall, Somerset, Dorset, so anyone can really come. But I wanted to keep it small because one of the people in it, he can't deal with big groups. And so it's one that I haven't widely advertised like I would usually advertise my national meetups. No one's staying over in hotels. Most people, there's me and 1, 2, 3, 4, me and 3 others, meaning there's 4 of us actually in my city, which is amazing to get us all together because it doesn't actually happen very often. What happens with my asexual meetups is most of the time people from everywhere else come to them, and not many people from my actual city come to them, which is kind of really bizarre. But I always tend to have overall more people coming from further away than living in my own city. So this is really good tomorrow. I'm really excited. It's really taken me a lot to get some of these people together because, you know, they have various mental health issues, which is kind of difficult for them to deal with, and some of them do prefer to be in a smaller group rather than a bigger national meetup group. Although there's, you know, a few of us going tomorrow, there's meant to be 6 in total, so it's going to be very lovely. It's going to be really, really nice. One of the guys I haven't met before, who's actually living in my city, so he's not suitable for a relationship because he's much older than me, and I think he's just got himself an asexual girlfriend, so I'm so happy for him. So I'm really interested to hear about that tomorrow. So I just think it's really good. One of my best friends is going, asexual friends, so he doesn't live in Exeter, but he lives not too far away. He's getting the bus, and I get on so well with him. He's a guy that I met for International Celebrate Being Single Day, so I'm so pleased. So the reason I'm talking about voice attraction and what made me think of it is because this guy lives in Exeter who's much older than me, who I haven't met before. And we were having messages backwards and forwards when I was talking about the meetup and arranging it. And it was getting to a point where some of the messages I was writing, because I was going off on tangents of other things, because we're friends on Facebook. We've been friends on Facebook for some time, so we do get on really well. And it was quicker for me, you know, via voice message, via Facebook. So I quickly pressed the voice button. talk to him a little bit, and then he messaged me back via voice message, and his voice was actually really beautiful. Now, you know, I'm not attracted to older guys. I think he's about 20 years or more in birth certificate age older than me. His voice was absolutely beautiful. I have to say that, you know, I don't usually think that about British guys, but but I can sometimes, like, because I used to do radio presenting. If anyone's got a voice that sounds similar to radio, especially like British radio, like the BBC radio, I get quite attracted to that. So I do have voice attraction, and what voice attraction is, basically you are attracted to someone's voice. It might be an accent you're attracted to, or it might be just the way they speak, like the clarity, the pronunciation. Maybe you like street talk and they talk like street speech to you, you know. So it doesn't have to be like anything posh or refined, or, you know, it can be any type of language or talk. So, you know, I get attracted to Indian guys. I absolutely adore the Indian accent, and when they speak to me and they go, I love you, Sandra, or even any foreign guys, they tend to speak more like that. I love you, Sandra, Sandra. And I absolutely love the twang, because obviously I say Sandra and they say Sandra, Sandra, and they pronounce the ra really sexily, but it's asexually. Obviously I don't want to have sex with them, but it does actually make me asexually turned on. What I mean by that is it does make me want to kiss them, usually, if they're foreign and they speak to me like that. It's like, oh, I really want to kiss you now, because it's very attractive. It makes me feel very, very attracted to them, like they've said my name like that. It makes, you know, like you can have certain sounds and things people do or say that really grate on you, and their voice and the things they say and their pitch or tone, you just can't bear it. You know, your ears don't like it. Well, with voice attraction, it's the opposite. It's like when their voice hits exactly the right spot. So, like, if you're romantic, it might make you feel super romantic towards them. If you're not romantic, you might just like the voice aesthetics, if you know what I mean. So it's like the audio aesthetics instead of the visual aesthetics. It's the audio aesthetics, the way it looks, or I should really say the way it sounds in a you know, in auditory form. So, you know, like you might like listening to podcasts, or you might listening to radio, or you might even have me on in the background, because some people have said I've got a really nice voice. And so obviously, just because this is YouTube doesn't mean to say that you don't have to look at me 24/7 when I'm presenting this show. People who like visual stimulation will want to do that, but other people that like auditory stimulation, you know, the ones to do with the ears, who like to listen to someone speak rather than have the visual, they'll probably make a cup of tea or something while I'm talking in their ear. Do you know what I mean? So it's all depends differently. So voice attraction is when you're attracted to a person because of their voice, and it might mean that you like that in a relationship. I've looked that up a long time ago. It's a form of aesthetic attraction, but non-visual. Yeah, that's good, Michael. So I was pretty on point with what I'm saying. It's like aesthetics of the voice. Yeah, that's really good you looked that up. Thank you, because you can confirm that that's what I'm saying. And I'm glad you understand me, because I wasn't sure when I said aesthetics of voice whether you or anyone else listening would understand what I mean. Because it's like attraction of the voice, isn't it? And I do get that a lot, but I was quite surprised that I liked this guy's voice, who I'll be at the asexual meetup tomorrow, because obviously he's a lot older than me. In birth certificate age, but his voice was beautiful, I have to say. So I was quite like interested in meeting him after that. You know, I'm not going to be aesthetically attracted to him, because I've seen pictures of him. He's not an ugly guy at all, and I can see why some younger women might like him, but he's not my type of look. Do you know what I mean? So I just really want to meet him more, because I've heard his voice, if you know what I mean, because I think it'll be very soothing. I think he's got a very soothing voice that's got a lot of clarity with it, and I do like that. And I think when you are like say you're a romantic person as well, then I think when you're kissing and cuddling, and if you're in that romantic vibe, then when someone's like stroking your hair and stuff like that, and you're talking sweetly to each other and saying I love you, I think if they've got a voice that you're really attracted to as well, it can make the words so much more powerful and attractive as well. because, you know, it kind of like really zaps you in the heart and makes you feel wonderful even more. You know, that they've got, you know, maybe they're talking to you soft and gently as well, and that's really nice. Obviously, if you're not romantic and you're having intelligent conversations, so say you're an aromantic, someone who doesn't experience romantic attraction, and you're having a conversation with someone, you can still feel really strongly attracted to the person's voice, because you might want that mental stimulation. You know, if you're not romantic, you might like listening to them speak poetry to you, even though you're not romantic, because poetry's not always romantic, is it? Maybe you like them just reading anything to you, like fan fiction or something. Maybe you like just the way the person holds themselves in a conversation, and you find their voice very attractive with their accent or their speech. Because obviously if an aromantic is you know, completely on the aromantic spectrum, aromantic, not grey romantic or anything involving any romance whatsoever, you know, you still could have voice attraction, because you could still be attracted by a very, very lovely, intelligent voice, or by a tone or a sound, just to talk to them, because aromantics will want to, you know, like be best friends, best ever friends, which I think is great for romantics to be too, and they will want to have like lots of conversations, I'm guessing from the aromantics I know, and maybe message a lot and talk to each other a lot. And obviously if you've got a really nice voice that you're attracted to, that makes that experience far more pleasurable, so you'll want to probably spend more time with that person because you'll be attracted to them by their voice. So don't think this is limited to romantic or aromantic people, because it's suitable for each other, you know, either or. But what I'm saying is a romantic person would probably be attracted to the person's voice, and it makes them want to be more romantic with them and feel more romance to them, whereas an aromantic person probably wants to engage in conversation more with them and speak to them more, and, you know, have their, you know, be soothed by their tone of voice, you know. So it can work for either orientation in that way. And I just wanted to say what it was, really, because I know it's not something that's really talked about. And I think a few people I've come across do actually experience that. I know with accents in particular, people can love, you know, different accents. I mean, I like Indian guy accents, as you know, but I also like Bangladesh accents, Middle Eastern accents. I also like Mexican, Spanish accents. I hope this doesn't disappoint you. I listen to you while I work, occasionally popping back to moderate, but I don't experience any type of aesthetic attraction, so I don't find your voice attractive. You don't find my voice attractive? Oh, that's funny. But you know, it doesn't have to be aesthetic attraction. You can just be attracted to sound without having aesthetic attraction. So that's a really good point, Michael. I know you pop off because I can see when you're on and off on the thing. Because when you're watching, it comes on. When you go off, you stop watching, go to zero again. So I know that when you're watching and when you're not watching a lot of the time. But yeah, but you also don't have to be attracted to the person to experience voice attraction either, if you know what I mean. Because you could just be attracted to the sound of them, you know. And also, it's a good point you raised, because you don't have to be aesthetically attracted to someone to be attracted to their voice. Like that guy, like I was saying, the guy I'm meeting tomorrow, I'm not aesthetically attracted to him whatsoever, but I am attracted to his voice. But I'm not aesthetically attracted to him. So aesthetic attraction and attraction to someone's voice, I don't know, you can see when someone is watching. I can't see who's watching unless they comment, but I can see when someone's watching and not watching. Yeah, so when you are watching, then all of a sudden go off, then I know you've gone off. So, of course I know that. I know loads of stuff. But I still keep on talking because it's relevant. And you usually go off when I mention the word romantic, and then I start talking about aromantics and you go off, and then you come back halfway through. It's quite funny. It's ironically funny. But yeah, what you say about you don't find me aesthetic attractive, Michael, so you don't like my, you don't find my voice attractive. You don't have to find me aesthetic attractive to find my voice attractive. It's fine if you don't find anything attractive like that. But what I'm saying is people don't have to be aesthetically attracted to me to like my voice. Like this guy tomorrow, I'm not aesthetically attracted to him, but I am attracted to his voice. Do you know what I mean? You could put that voice on another person, I would still be attracted to it. it's not his aesthetics I'm attracted to in terms of looks, it's his voice, which you could call voice aesthetics, but it's his voice that I'm attracted to. So it's like I can now experience really romantic attraction for a guy, but without experiencing an aesthetic attraction. And I didn't know I could do that till 2015. I thought they always went together, always. And in a way, it made life more easier for me when it did go together sometimes. But now it's like, it's really weird. If I feel really romantic to someone, but I don't experience aesthetic attraction for them, it's kind of like weird. It's a very weird feeling. It's like, well, what do I do with all that romance I feel for them? Because I don't want to kiss them because I'm not aesthetically attracted to them. But yet I'm really romantically attracted to them and I love being around them and spending time with them and feel real romance for them. It's very, 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 very odd. Obviously, I still get aesthetic and romance going together, but when they're separate, it's just such a bizarre feeling. It just doesn't add up to me. It's like, how can you feel romance for someone you're not aesthetically attracted to, Sandra? It's just so bizarre. I never used to think I got like that. So yeah, so just because someone isn't aesthetically attracted to me doesn't mean to say they're not gonna be attracted to my voice. So I thought, you know, before I didn't used to consciously think about other people other than foreigners, that I was attracted to their foreign accents. I didn't think of British people. But that I've known like another aromantic asexual years ago, and he had a really attractive voice. I was attracted to the way he spoke as well. He was British through and through. And so I was, at one point I was intelligently attracted to him and I liked his voice. But aesthetics, no. And full-on romance, no. A little bit of romance, but not full-on romance, no. And now we don't even speak to each other because we don't get on. But just the way it is, sometimes you don't always get on with people, do you? Things change in life. So, you know, I don't wish, you know, I still wish him well, but we just parted because we weren't suitable for each other as friends even, so it just didn't work out. But yeah, so, you know, you can separate different attractions, you know, like I can be, what can I say? I can be spiritually attracted to someone and, you know, it doesn't necessarily mean to say that I want a relationship with them. Usually spiritual goes very similar with relationship though. So, but yeah, I can separate loads of different attractions. Like if there was an older guy I was with, right? Which I don't usually get attracted to old guys, but he dressed young, like he dressed in street gear and he changed his hair to look young and everything like that, which I don't recommend anyone changing themselves for anyone. But if he did all that, then I would probably be much more likely to be attracted to him because I get clothes attraction and I like a young look. Do you know what I mean? So, so if you put like a young clothes on an older person and he actually wore them well, they look good on him and then you got a younger haircut, probably aesthetically I'd be more attracted to him. So like I think attractions, well I know attractions you can separate, which I didn't realise years ago. I thought that, you know, you just love someone and you're just romantically, aesthetically attracted to them and that's pretty much it. I just didn't. That was before I found out I was asexual. So, but yeah, I'd be interested to hear from anyone who's got voice attraction. I'd be interested to hear down in the comments below. You know, have you got voice attraction for any accents, any particular person on television, any particular person in real life? If you want to share, you can keep them anonymous. You know, have you got, you know, do you just get attracted to voices who present on radio, for example, or maybe on TV? I'd be really interested to know. And have you ever actually been in a relationship with someone where voice attraction was a huge factor? You know, you became super attracted to that person because of their voice, and that's what made you partly want to be in a relationship with them because of their voice. I'd love to know the answers to that. Please post them down below. I hope this video has been useful, helpful and insightful in some ways. If it has, please give it a thumbs up. And don't forget to share in the comments below anything you think about this video. Don't forget to give this video a thumbs up if you like it. I really appreciate it. Share this video with anyone who's never heard of voice attraction before. Don't forget to hit the bell icon to get notified for every time I go live like now, post a new video after you've subscribed. So if you still haven't subscribed, hit the great big subscribe button down below. I don't think I've ever experienced an attraction to someone's voice. Oh right, Michael, that's really interesting. I think, to be honest, It's because I did hospital radio for years, because I used to be a hospital radio presenter for like 17 years of my life. I started as a teenager, and so I pay particular attention to a person's voice, and I love radio style voices, because I used to listen to it for hours. It was my dream to be a radio presenter for years and years and years. One of my friends, I should say, he's not exactly best friend, but one of my good friends from years ago, he's actually a station manager of the local radio station here. He worked his way up as a teen himself. I used to know him through hospital radio, and he actually presents Drive Time show, and he is in charge of all the station, and that was his dream, and he worked his way up, and he just got there. Years of graft, years of hard work. Since he was awarded a 30 under 30 award for radio awards. You know, he's an incredible person. He was talking to me today saying, "Oh, you'll have to come and look around our new studios," which would be amazing. So yes, it just proves you can go for your goals, ambitions and dreams and get them as well if you work really, really hard to achieve them. I mean, he was on hospital radio like me years ago. You know, it's incredible. Runs a whole radio station and manages the presenters and everything now. So it's just incredible, really incredible. And he's younger than a lot of them as well, because I know I'm friends on Facebook with at least one of the other presenters. So yeah. And I know the others from before when I used to do work experience in real radio, as it were. So yeah, so it's really interesting you say that, Michael. But yeah, I think it's because my ears have been trained a lot as well, though. Because like I said, through radio, you have to learn to listen to people's voices all the time and see when someone's good and not good. And you have to learn to listen to your own voice a lot, and your own voice you don't like usually at the beginning. And you have to look out for, you know, like even now, sometimes I do cringe occasionally. I've got one phrase that I use a lot in my videos. And it drives me crazy myself sometimes, but I don't think probably people notice it as much as I notice it, and I try to avoid saying that repetitive phrase all the time. I don't mean to say, it's just part of my personality, it keeps coming out, but I just like, oh, you said those words again. But I don't really say and ah. So when you're learning how to speak on radio, you've got to never say and ah. Like if you pause, you've got to never say you know, like this. So you don't always get it right, but you have to train your ear to listen to yourself, so you hardly ever say those words as much as possible. So it's quite a training, and so you have to listen to your own voice, but you have to listen to loads of different radio presenters to see their style and the way they speak and introduce things, and so you kind of get used to listening to people's voices. But I know when I did the Asexuality radio interview, which was 2017, I know I got told there by the BBC in the UK that I had a really good voice for radio, and they would welcome me back anytime as a guest on the show if I wanted to phone in, because they loved my voice so much, and they thought the way the interview went was brilliant as well, because I helped them a lot with the interview behind the scenes. I mean, less than an hour to go, they still hadn't told me what exactly questions they were going to be asking me, and so I had to rewrite their script for them in about half an hour. The beginning bit was fine, but the rest of it, their listeners weren't going to be that hooked on it, so I rewrote it quickly and said, these are questions you need to ask me, because this is what will get people interested in what I have to talk about, which was asexuality and my experience and my story. And then they just said it's brilliant. The whole thing is brilliant. The format and my voice is great for radio. And obviously I was really honoured that they said that to me, being the BBC. I have done work experience in the BBC years ago, but I've not actually done presenting as such. But I've been a guest speaker on BBC radio before for something else years ago as a health buddy. So yeah, it's really nice. Anyway, thank you, Michael, for saying you've never had voice attraction. It's really good to hear someone say they haven't had that. I do understand that, because I think before I even started getting into radio, I probably wouldn't have even thought about voice attraction. I probably wouldn't have even thought about the way someone speaks. So I think it does stem back from them. But it's good that you've said, you know, honestly, that you don't experience voice attraction. It's really, really good. And I'd love to hear from anyone else what their experiences are too. So please post in the comments below. I'm going to sign off for tonight. As always, don't forget to subscribe, hit that bell icon to get notified every time I go live, I post a new video. And I got an asexual meet up soon. Yay! Can't wait to see some asexuals. I'm really looking forward to it. So excited. And look forward to seeing you on the next video. Take care. Thanks for the thumbs up. Any more's appreciated. Take care. Oh, don't forget to check out the Asexual documentary if you haven't looked at it already. Thank you, Michael, for already checking that out. Night, Michael. Night, everyone else. Bye.